You imagine a special bank account that had this much in it, $86,400 every single day. At the end of the day, it would be back down to zero. What would you do with all that money? Would you figure out a way to spend it, every last penny? Well, that's kind of what we get with our seconds in the day. That's how many seconds in the day we each get. Time is no respecter of persons. I don't care how beautiful you are, how rich you are, how thin you are, how funny you are, how old you are. Everybody, and I mean everybody, has the same amount of time in a day. So what makes the difference between somebody who is so happy and fulfilled and successful and somebody who seems to just be so miserable and just a complete slacker? Well, I have learned so many wonderful things about time and about making choices. And one of the people that I learned it from is Dr. Stephen Covey. And if you haven't heard of Stephen Covey, which I am thrilled to be the one to introduce you to Stephen Covey if you have not heard of him yet, but I have been surprised at how many people have never heard of Stephen Covey. And I have been a big fan of his for decades now at this point. But I learned about choosing and making goals with my time. And one of the greatest systems that he has that taught me that, I want to teach you a little bit about that today. It's this special quadrant thing. There's 4 quadrants. And it's based on things that are urgent and things that are important and things that are not urgent and things that are not important. So, in quadrant 1, we have things that are urgent and things that are important, like some phone calls, like some real emergencies, like when the phone rings and there's been an accident or something of that nature, or it's time to leave to go to work. That's urgent and that's important. So that's what goes in quadrant 1. In quadrant 2, we have things that are not urgent, but they're important. Things that are like planning and preparation and prevention and empowerment, like exercise, like learning a musical instrument, like going to the theater to enrich your soul. Down here in quadrant 3, if you're continuing on here, we have things that are not important, but they're urgent. Like probably 85% of phone calls. It's urgent, the phone's ringing, but it's somebody trying to sell you something, or it's urgent, but it's not important. And then in quadrant 4, these are things that are not urgent and they're not important. Quadrant 4 is the quadrant of waste. Most TV viewing, most like computer games, just totally just sitting around and wasting your day away. And you kind of, once you get this concept of choosing to do things that you want to do, that enrich you, this all comes down to setting a goal. Whatever it is, it's your life. You get to pick your goals. And once you declare with focus and with clarity and with passion what you want, then anything else that pops up in your life that doesn't support it, don't do it. You don't do it. If it doesn't make you happy, or it doesn't build one of your goals or put you closer to the path, Why do it? Why do it? So that eventually what you want to get to is a life where you completely eliminate quadrant 3 and quadrant 4 so that you're not spending a single second on things that are not important, and that most of your time spent in quadrant 2 on things that are important will actually minimize quadrant 1, so it's just a little teeny tiny sliver. For example, when I had little children, I remember taking Saturday and ironing clothes for Sunday, finding both shoes to go with the dress that goes to the church on Sunday, because if I didn't do that on Saturday, then believe me, when it's time on Sunday morning to be rush, the kids finding the other shoe to the pair of Sunday shoes, now that's urgent and it's important. But see, if I had done it the day before as I normally planned, it's all set to go, and then things go peacefully and smoothly. I'm going to include a link to a little video that I hunted and searched and combed the internet for to help illustrate this concept, and it is called The Big Rocks with Stephen Covey. Putting the big rocks in first, and I think you're gonna just love it. If you have never seen this before, I think you're just going to love it. So again, it's been my pleasure to talk about a little priorities makeover and make time for the things that you love, because your time and your money, how you spend both of those things, really shows what you value. So, thanks for joining me on the Special Priorities Makeover. I'm Dianne Hanks.